Hello, welcome to Introduction to the Visual Arts. And for this project, we are going to do an artwork based on Marcel Duchamp's Nude Descending the Staircase No. 2. It was painted in 1912. The style is Cubo-Futurism, and it's based on stop-action photography. There is a video someplace else on Moodle that explains this work of art, and I would recommend that you watch it before you take the quiz. So for this project, you will need a 9 by 12 piece of white multimedia paper. You will need some glue or glue stick. You will need a scissor, and you will need some assorted colored paper from your construction paper pack. If you don't like those colors, you can also go and find some little pieces of note paper at your local store if you want some different colors, because you're not limited to the colors in your pack. And I don't believe that we have glue stick in our pack, but if you like glue stick, which some people do, I would recommend that you just get a tube for yourself. Now, I don't have a lot of student samples of work based on Nude Descending the Staircase. If you remember from the other video, what you have is a woman moving down a staircase, and it's based on stop-action photography. And here is just kind of like stickmen, where one picture is superimposed on top of the other to give you the feeling of movement. So with that, I'm going to move this out of the way and show you one of the finished artworks that somebody else did in another class. Here they took just a very simplified form of a human being, and they just drew it, they probably just drew it over and over and over again, showing this person going from standing till doing the full splits. And then you can see that they colored it in with colored pencil. Now you can color it in with colored pencil if you do something like this, that's perfectly fine. Or you can just cut out pieces and glue one on top of the other if you want to do that. But I do want to show you some things. One of the things about this artwork that is very, very clever is that you get the feeling that this is basketball, or this is a gym of some sort. And you'll see how the background is shaded really, really dark here and goes to light. And the figures go from light to dark. So that is really, really clever. This feeling, the stripe down here, is the feeling of the basketball floor. So just a little, this is quite good, because you can see that there was a process behind this artwork, and that's what I like. I like to see that there was some actual planning and some thinking. Now, what I have done is just a very, very simple project for you. Before I go to that, I want to show you this one. This isn't exactly futurism, but it could be futurism. It could be that one figure imposed on front of each other. If this person had simply overlapped their horses a little bit at a time. But even if they didn't overlap, this is a very charming piece, and you do get that feeling of movement from going from one to the other. So it is quite successful. So the way that I would have improved this is just have a little bit of overlapping, where one thing is on top of the other, where one thing is touching the other thing, so that it feels like it's not just four separate horses, but it's one horse moving all at one time. So, and here is another one. These horses seem to work really well for this project. And again, this would be really, really, this would follow the example very well if the horses, one were on top of the other. And that would give you the feeling of movement that you would find in these futurist works of art. Okay, so what I have done here is my backing sheet, and this is totally simple, but it's going to give you just an idea of something that you could do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to draw a horizon line on my picture plane. Now, when you draw a horizon line, there is a rule. There is a rule, and the rule is if you draw right in the center, you really don't want to put your horizon line right in the center. You either want to keep it above the center or below the center. The reason for that is that when you draw it right in the center, it kind of divides your eye in two. Now, for your backing sheet, if you don't want to use white paper, you can use a different color paper that's in your pack. So what I'm going to do is my first apple is going to set here on the tabletop, and my paper is a little bit small. So, but what I'm going to do is create this apple, and what's happening is he is going to be, or she is going to be, falling off the table, and as it falls, it's going to just go down, down, down. And now I'm seeing that it would be better if I turn my paper this way. Okay, I'm just going to turn it over and try again. So I'm just going to turn it this way. I'm going to put my first apple there, and then I'm going to just have my apples falling off the table. And when it gets to the bottom one, maybe what I'll do is I'll take this one at the bottom and just have it like it's splat or something. And I can see now that it's better if I add my horizon line just a little bit after I glue my apples to the backing sheet. So, okay. So this is a very simple idea of how you can create artwork based on futurism. Now, I wouldn't say that this is great, but it does give you an idea as to what I'm looking for. All right, good luck and with this artwork. And there will be a place where you can upload your image on Moodle when you have completed the project. If you have questions, there will also be a place on the discussion board. The other thing that I want to talk about, and I think I will talk about this not only here, but I will talk about this in an introductory video or in another video about how I want you to make your thinking made visible. But we'll talk about that a little later. Thank you for your attention.